here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat.
Something got popped in the butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I didn't even know the intro was running. I am DZ. Welcome, everybody. Today is April 6th. It's 11:33 a.m., and we chose that time on purpose. Welcome, everybody. Ben will be back Tuesday. Where's he at right now?
He is actually, to everybody who asks about this all the time, he's actually recording this audio for the audiobook for catching up to crypto.
Oh, nice.
So he's shooting today and tomorrow. There's a chance they might have to come back and do corrections on Monday. He might not. He's hoping to get it all done today and tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've heard that's not easy. You know, once you're in it for hours and hours and hours, just reading line after line. Maybe while he's in the studio, he can lay down some bars as well.
Maybe.
You know, do a couple more rap songs, do a couple more remixes, get Cassius on there. You know, maybe Crown Chakra and anybody else. Great day. It's a lot of news happening. We have some breaking news as well. We got some Apple Bitcoin news people are talking about. Terra, Jane Street, and crypto TikTok as well. And of course, XRP and a really cool price prediction you're going to want to stick around from AJ. I don't know, that guy, he's got some wild theories. He might have a pretty good one that you're going to want to look into. But should we get right into the show? Anything you wanted to share?
No, yeah, let's get right into it.
All right. Did you watch Mandalorian? You don't watch it, do you?
I don't.
Every time I'm going to come in every Wednesday, Thursday. I will talk about it.
Yeah.
Great episode. Great episode. Jack Black.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Lizzo, you know, whatever. I don't think she's winning Oscars anytime soon. But Jack Black, always been a big fan of Tenacious D. And so if we got any Tenacious D fans, you know, make sure you hit that like button. All right, let's get right into the show. We're at 1.46 million subscribers. Make sure you check out our video, The Demise of the Dollar. You're going to want to check out that one. But on our what do we call pre-records? We also have an expose on Jim Cramer. What is Jim Cramer hiding? You're going to want to check out that one for sure as well. And another XRP bombshell. The BitSquad loves those XRP videos. We go into Twitter. Make sure you follow me at 40,400 currently. You know, I'm putting out some good stuff. If you want to know about NFTs, Doge, you know, meme coins, candle, you know, some price predictions. I'm all over the place, and always highly recommend you police my likes. I'm always liking some hot stuff on there. Speaking of hot, we got the book Catching Up to Crypto. Check that one out. Talking to Carlos yesterday, I think he bought like 100 copies.
Jeez.
I'm not even kidding. He's giving them out to his friends and family. We love Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos is a great guy. Shout out to Carlos. Carlos, I don't know if you're watching now, but if you are, how's it going? Hey, Carlos. All right, let's get into the coin market cap. Where are we at right now? Market cap currently 1.2 billion. Tenacious DZ. I love it.
That should be our co-hosting name. There it is. Tenacious DZ.
I like it. I like it. Tenacious DZ. Yeah. What's your favorite Tenacious D song? I was going to say mine, but it isn't fit for air. I don't even want to do any acronyms.
Yeah,
it ends with Heard Gently. I'll just say that's a good one.
That's such a good one. There's a lot of good ones. Pick a desk. What's the one?
Don't Google that.
I can't remember the name of it, where they battle the guy, you know, the creature comes out and they have the solo. Basically, you have to do the guitar solo of
it's like Devil Goes Down to Georgia,
Yeah.
but it's like the guitar one.
What is the name of that
love
song?
it, love it. Figures the day I DCA into Link. DZ's the one hosting. Hey, we love Chainlink here. I'm gonna continue to DCA. I'm gonna get my bag of Link into the double digits, folks. I'm at 8 right now. Maybe by next year it'll be 10, guys. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, let's get back into the crypto market cap. The 24-hour volume now coming in below 50 billion. It is 48 market cap, like I said, 1.22 or 1.23 trillion dollars on the market cap. Dominance for Bitcoin coming in at around 44%. ETH coming in at 18.3, and gas coming in at 27 gwei. A little bit slower. I was able to claim my other deed vessel today, so gas wasn't too low. So yeah, it was a fun experience. Bryson, you know, he did a pretty good video on it. People want to check it out. Thanks for the pick last week, DZ. It's a meme coin with a very low market cap. If you're policing the comments, you'll see it. But hey, I do feel good anytime I say a coin that does a 300% gain. Yeah, I feel a little bit better about it. So I'm glad people, you know, maybe copy traded. But don't be afraid to take profits, folks. These things go down. Meme coins, just as fast as they can go up, they can go down. So just be careful, folks.
I've got I've got a really low cap meme coin that's a potential pumper that we're gonna talk about on Basement today. So just a little teaser.
Ooh, you're gonna want to check out that, folks. We always do the DGen picks in the basement. Only 10. Hey, that's right. Hey, I'm getting to 10 right now. I only have 7. I lied. It's not 8. It's 7. But guys, I'm growing that stack. Right? It's actually 6.8. But it's growing, folks. It's growing. It used to be 5. All right. Do you think DeFi will be banned soon? They're certainly trying. Isn't it technically banned in New York? And so
I'm sure it is. Yeah, technically banned in a lot of places, but.
Yeah, it's a battle we're going to continue to wage. All right, let's look at the coins, though. We have Bitcoin. It is just kind of flirting with this $28,000 level. Currently, looks like 27.9. If I hit refresh, let's see. Yeah, I believe, we went above it slightly. So we're at 28,085, up slightly, but largely just flat for the day. ETH was flirting with 1900, now coming in at 1873, down slightly on the day, 1.4%. BNB coming in largely flat, $313. XRP flat, but it's a flat 50 cents, and we like seeing that 50 cent maybe as support. We're going to continue to monitor that one. Cardano, it has that just gargantuan sell wall at 41 cents. It can't seem to break above that area, coming in at 38.5 cents right now, down slightly, but I was speaking about meme coins, and I said just as fast as they can go up, they can go down, and Dogecoin is proving that rule. We were down at one point down 7-8%, but now slowed down a little, down 5.7%, coming in at 9 cents even, essentially, then largely flat. But let's look at the top gainers and the top losers, and I know the way to make your entire portfolio all gainers. Let's hit that like button. Let's gain some likes Where are we at right now?
We're a little light today. Only 2,000 people in here with 300 likes. So.
All right. You know what? You shouldn't put my face on the thumb. I knew it was a bad idea, but guess what? They're going to come back tomorrow. They'll be here. All right. You know, it's okay. Let me know. What do you think about DZ's face on the thumb? I'm not a fan, but I just don't like what I see in the mirror every day. All right. Let's see the top gainers here. We have Maker coming in at 6.2%. Neo, not John Wick, but up to $12.54, up 5.5%. We have Radix, EOS is up here, Injective. A lot of coins you don't really see that often. I haven't seen Injective before.
When was the last time you saw
eCash.
Tezos up there? That's a long old, you know.
Yeah, it looks like the 80 to 100 range is having a lot of movers and, you know, people. It's musical chairs when you start going past 40, 50 on the market cap there. Let's look at the top loot. Wait a minute. Did I just see? Yeah, I saw BSV on there as well. Bitcoin SV up 1.7%. Let's look at the top losers. We don't wish this on our worst enemies, but Dogecoin is down stacks. I'm feeling bad. That short just got closed out. It's so frustrating. Lido Dow down, Rocket Pool down, Phantom Conflux down 2.9%. And then Thorchain and Cardano down roughly above 2% there. So seeing some losses there. Quick question. We have Gecko up and market cap. What do you like more?
That's a tough one. I like them both for different reasons. It's funny. Like I use coin market cap a lot on desktop. I like I'm used to it the most. It's kind of what I'm most familiar with. But on mobile, I use CoinGecko.
I like the CoinGecko mobile app. I use it as well. I have like a little pseudo portfolio tracker on there. It's just a good tool. It's easy to use, good UI. You know, although they did add a little stupid banner ad at the bottom. I'm calling you out, CoinGecko. And then sometimes when you're trying to scroll up the coin feed, they'll have you register or click on that banner ad, and then it you know, pulls up an app, and you're just like, come on now.
So annoying.
But you know what? We love geckos. We love Gecko. We love CoinGecko. I don't know if I love Gecko.
The main thing I like about CoinGecko and why I like it on the mobile is it gives you the hour, 24-hour, and the week instead of just the 24-hour in the week. So I like to see the hourly changes because you can tell if something's moving quick.
All right. Speaking of hourly changes, people saying you're looking in the mirror. Well, I look in the mirror, I see hourly changes as I get older, folks. That's what it is. No, I don't hate when I see in the mirror. Thank you for the concern. You know,
DZ, you're a good-looking guy. Don't worry.
I'll make it. You know, it's okay. I was born in America, and to me, that feels pretty good. That's a 1 in 20 chance. So I already feel pretty good about life in general. And you know, I'm 6'2". I feel like maybe I won that lottery as well. So you know what? Things could be worse. Do I have 11 toes? Maybe. You know, are there some issues, you know, with my hairline? Some might say. But you know what? It's okay. At the end of the day, I feel good in my own skin. All right, let's move on here. All right, dude. Are we gonna jump into Gareth?
We should. I haven't seen him check in just yet, so he's not. All
right. Well, we can move forward. We love Gareth
headlines and then move back to it.
All right. Speaking of, you know, all right, we talked about the Apple thing. You know, I kind of hinted we were going to talk about the Apple thing. You know, all right, let's get into the story, and then I'll get your thoughts. Your Apple computer is hosting the Bitcoin white paper. This thing right here, hosting the Bitcoin white paper. Yeah, right here. It's in here. It's right there, guys. It's right there. We're going to break it open later and then show it. It's going to be a wonderful video. We'll have to turn that one into a short probably. All right, the Bitcoin white paper was found buried deep inside Apple's system files on computers running Mac OS Catalina or later. The document, which has file name simpledoc.pdf, purports to present the Nakamoto's ideas for a decentralized form of currency. It doesn't purport. It does. It has the Bitcoin white paper in all 9 of its pages. And this is the day of Nakamoto's 48th birthday. That is right. They have that by a domain registration. Someone had to type in an age for Bitcoin there. So that's where they're getting that number. Baio claims, not Scott Baio, Baio claims that the document is present in all up-to-date versions of macOS, but he can't explain why it would be in such a hidden location. According to Baio, you may see the file by opening the terminal and entering this following command. Type this. Do not type in delete system 32. You don't want to type that one in. The change was made to facilitate the sale. This is something else here. Apple's relationship. Yeah, it's all right. So that's talking about them with NFTs. Let me show you guys. Yeah, this is making the rounds. Crypto Twitter. You're seeing some articles pop up. You know, a lot of people are being surprised by this. I saw one Twitter thread. I don't want to call them out, but they're like, is Steve Jobs Satoshi? And like the replies were people seriously entertaining that idea. You know, maybe even people saying Tim Cook could possibly be. That's not true. It's not the case. That is not what's going on here. And there's actually an older story. It's just being rediscovered. Let's go to my likes here on Twitter. Okay, yeah, this is for stamps. I want to get Johnny in on this new Bitcoin. I knew there were some other likes that were missing. All right. Weirdly, there's also a PDF of the original Bitcoin white paper. This is simpledoc.pdf. Look at the date of that tweet, November 28th, 2020. So this has been around for a while. It's just now, kind of making the rounds around crypto Twitter, but a lot of people having fun with this. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, obviously, Tim Cook, he is a Bitcoin holder. He said he's a Bitcoin holder. Steve Jobs has spoken favorably about Bitcoin before he passed, I believe. So what are your thoughts about Apple? I mean, is this a big story? Is this, maybe a good sign for the culture within Apple?
Yeah, I think it's a positive thing. It's always great when we see things like this. People pushing the ideals of the Bitcoin white paper, I think, is very important. We know Wozniak also was involved with Bitcoin early on, and has allegedly since sold all of his holdings because he didn't like how much of his brain space it was occupying. But this is to me, when you see this is just another form of adoption. So it's more to me when you see somebody kind of putting their stamp of approval on it, putting their it's like Samsung adding a software wallet on all of their phones. It may not be that substantial. It's probably less substantial than that.
Yeah.
But when you see stuff like that happening, these are big global companies that the decisions they make do impact the direction that we're heading. So seeing them at least giving a favorable nod, I mean, it doesn't really have any practical applications of how this is going to have a big impact, in my opinion. But them giving kind of a tip of the hat to Bitcoin, I think bodes well for the future, in my opinion. I mean, we know Apple holds more cash. This almost be like a giant, imagine like a huge bank doing something like this. I mean, Apple holds more cash than almost any other businesses out there in the world for the most part. If they're kind of giving a nod of approval to Bitcoin, we know they've got a card. They're getting into payments with the Apple Pay and all that sort of stuff. So it's positive for me, but it's pretty intangible in the short term.
Carlos says, great. Now I think CIA ended Steve. Yeah, dude. We don't want you to go in that direction. I don't think they hit him with the heart attack gun or anything like that. Joe Ryan, I'm sorry you feel that way, but if you stick around, I think I'll turn you into a believer. Yeah, Apple is pretty trendy. I think, they're trying to stick with the times, but Steve Jobs, a fan of LSD, so he's a fan of them. That's from Cryptos. Hey, whatever it takes to bring you on board. I was a pretty big fan. I feel bad about an earlier Halloween costume. Maybe look up the date, but he died in the fall. And I remember I thought I had a very trendy Halloween costume. Again, I almost don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to get canceled here, but there's probably pictures. So I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't want to get Justin Trudeau'd where, some pictures come up after the fact. I dressed as Steve Jobs and I had the black turtleneck and I had round glasses and I put gray in my hair. I had a little bit of a, more of a hairline then. And, the iPhone logo, the iMac logo, the lowercase, the cap, I died. And guys, he was still warm. It was like a week or 2 weeks. But I was actually, my takeaway, not enough people knew who he was. I remember, really? I thought Steve Jobs, everybody should know who this guy is, look at it, he's changing the world. I saw it then. And people back then are like, who is this guy? Reminds me of the second year of Game of Thrones. I dressed as Viserys and no one knew who I was. Fast forward 5 years, everybody would have known who it was then.
Just ahead of the curve, man.
Yeah. Just like I was gonna say some meme coin or something, I don't want to do that. Yeah, just like crypto, just like the BitSquad. And what gets you really ahead of the curve? Hitting that like button. Maybe we're up in the 500 area.
Yeah, 600. You get
600. All right. You know what? Let's get Bitcoin into $600,000. All right. Bitcoin outperforms top 5 major indexes by 170% in Q1 2023. Isn't this supposed to be indices?
It is, yeah. But maybe it could be one of those depends on where you are in the world. Like UK sometimes has different versions of doing stuff. But yeah, indices is what I'm used to.
$10 super chat from Outlaw Silverado. You guys hear about RFK Jr. running for president? I'm neither far left or far right. Looking for someone in the middle to support crypto and mass adoption. Thoughts? Shout out to Algo. I guess I have to say that party paper. Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. running for president. He might be running against Joe Biden for the Democratic nominee. If we had JFK and DeSantis, we would have 2 candidates that are anti-CBDC. That would be pretty bullish, for freedom in America. All right, let's get back to the story here, though. All right, in particular, again, we're talking about Bitcoin outperforming the top 5 major indices. In particular, data acquired and calculated by Finbold indicates that as of Q1 23, Bitcoin's return on investment, or ROI, was 170% more compared to the average of the 5 major stock indexes. During the quarter, the return stood at 69%, which is pretty nice, while average returns for the indices stood at 5.5%. Yeah, huge difference there.
Of course, Bitcoin's average is 69%.
Of course. You know, the simulation will always choose the more entertaining result there. All right, there is a shift to Bitcoin as the high-profile collapse of Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank reminded investors of everything that starts with SI is bad and of the possible fundamental weaknesses of the U.S. banking system and the dollar that supports it. Therefore, structural deficiencies were the primary factors motivating investors to seek refuge in Bitcoin. That's where I didn't seek much refuge in Bitcoin, but I'm definitely seeking refuge from the overall Fed by, putting more resources into crypto. Every week, guys, I'm still DCAing. This week, I plan on getting up to 4 whole Chainlink. And once I do, guys, I'll screenshot that, let you guys know. All right, super chat from Pest Killers, our favorite cockroach killers. Hey, DZ, can't you guys get Jack Levine from Zen Crypto on the show or the basement? All right, let's,
Sure.
Drew,
yeah, maybe.
You heard that?
And then shout out to Crypto Factor, one of the ATB guests.
We love Crypto Factor, guys. Make sure you're a sub to his channel, putting out great stuff there. All right, let's see here the case. All right, what is next for Bitcoin? Moon and Lambos. As it currently stands, Bitcoin is anticipating a positive April. Historically, it's a favorable month for Bitcoin. There's a possibility that the asset could surpass the resistance level of $30,000. Yeah, guys, we want to turn 30 into support instead of resistance. It will happen. It's a matter of when, not if. Will it happen in April? Will it happen in May? Will it be May, walk away? Then, doesn't happen until August. We don't know, but we're going to be keeping an eye on it. 4 link, almost. I actually only have 3, but guys, I have 3 link, and I'm holding on to this with diamond hands, and I'm never going to let go. All right, BitBoy for president, DZ for vice. No, I would never be the vice president. I would be a cabinet member. Vice president does nothing, okay? I would have to do something. I don't want to just, go to random middle schools and, go on stage and say, democracy is important, and here's how we're going to suppress your vote.
Yeah, I feel like vice president's for, like, money raising, like donor glad handing, basically.
Yeah. And who do we have last? So we have Mike Pence, Kamala. I mean, yeah, these aren't people you're like, oh yeah, there's these have the wow factor. We have weird shoulder laugh, and then we have the guy who a little bit of a weird relationship with his mother. It's just odd. Yeah, I don't Al Gore, the most boring guy, like liar, and again, all right. I'm getting sidetracked here. Was there ever a good vice president?
I don't know. You don't want to talk to me about politics, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Remember back in the day, it would be like the second place guy would be VP. And then you're like, well, isn't he just going to like shoot the president? Right. But all right. Bring Ben for president. Hey, maybe. Stranger things have happened. All right. DC for press secretary. I think I'd do a better job of being a press secretary than the current person.
Look, there's no denying we would all do a better job than anybody there currently. Yeah, across the board, just replace them all, and it can't get any worse.
Yeah, and I am wearing Nike, which is friendly to certain people that they want to be friendly with, for better or worse. I'm not going to let you know my opinion on it. All right, Russians. Let's talk about the Russians and the P tape. All right, Russians are spending more on crypto than gold, which was fake, by the way. All right, so they're buying more Bitcoin than the precious metal. All right, I like seeing that. There's a recent report from the Russian Central Bank, the translation, a nationwide survey of consumer finance households, showing that the Russian households are spending more of their available income on crypto than on gold and other precious metals. This is from April all the way until August of 22, and it was compared with data from a similar study back in 2020. So we got data with the 2-year gap, and it looks like, hey, they're rejecting the precious metal and they're moving into crypto, which is important to note. The first data set was during the lockdown period, so from April to August of 2020. All right, so in comparison, all right, let's see. Within the data, they spoke around 12,000 individuals. Okay, this is a decent amount. According to the data, the average Russian household has about $220 worth of crypto. In comparison, they only have about $40 worth of gold and savings of just under 190. So it looks like they're actually holding more crypto than they have cash in their savings on average. Now, I know like 1 or 2 Bitcoin ETH whales, totally skew the metric there for the average of $220. But to me, that is pretty bullish that the average Russian, by average, Russians hold more crypto than cash and their savings. And I haven't looked at the recent data, but it's my understanding over the last 12 months, the Russian ruble has outperformed the dollar. And so that is a very, very bullish scenario there. Now, if only we can get Americans to match that type of ratio. Bitcoin to the moon, baby. Bitcoin
I'd be
to the
interested
moon.
to see what they're doing as a nation, though. Like what they're holding as their reserves, not necessarily retail, but like the actual banks, and are they holding? Is Russia itself buying more gold or more crypto?
I think the statute of limitations ran out on this. We had Ian Bellina tell us 2 years ago, Russian government buys Bitcoin.
Yeah,
heavily.
They absolutely
secretly.
do. Yeah.
And so, I mean, he's known for a pretty good alpha. Like he's known for alpha. That's what he is literally known for. And so that was pretty big alpha when I heard that. That was one of those reasons why like sell in May, walk away 2021. I'm like, no, keep buying, baby, keep buying. And so, those are the type of narratives that do what they say, now do as they do, not as they say. They're saying, get away. But meanwhile, they're secretly hoarding. Meanwhile, U.S. government, largest holder of Bitcoin besides Satoshi's wallet. Meanwhile, Russia secretly hoarding Bitcoin as well. And so I am long-term bullish here, baby.
And that is one thing to I don't know how you'd say that, Flesdeck or whatever. He's talking about the ruble is quote unquote outperformed because it fell so low. So it absolutely got crushed when all this was going on. And then recently on the on the bounce off the floor is performing better than the dollar in the short term, but still no real comparison.
Where is Frankie? Frankie is in a gym right now. He has these weights on his shoulder and he's doing this.
Yeah, he's doing those calf raises.
That's all he is doing right now. Is actually, he does it on one foot. Like what I did was actually just one pinky toe. He's just on his pinky toe, like going that hard, guys. When he's on his calves, he has to like lift a Hummer, like an H2, and then he's doing his calves there. All right, Gareth Delay still putting up his hair in a, hey, we love Gareth, and apparently pony knots is a thing. I wish I knew about it.
I don't know. I think we might have gotten off on the time today because he's usually pretty prompt. So I'd imagine, unless he shows up here in the next couple minutes, but we'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. All right. New York regulator confirms crypto did not sink Signature Bank. Gee, I wonder what it was. As NYDFS Superintendent Adrienne Harris, and she was saying crypto is not to blame. Bank had liquidity issues causing regulators to shut it down. They said crypto does need more maturity, however. This was at a crypto conference on the 5th. And they confirmed that crypto was not the case of the closure. Signature Bank had around $4 billion worth of deposits related to its crypto asset banking business, and this is according to the FDIC. However, Harris is one of the few that does not see crypto as the root of all evil. According to the Wall Street Journal, she said, the idea that taking possession of Signature was about crypto, and this is Choke Point 2.0, is really ludicrous. Operation Choke Point 2.0 refers to the notion that regulators are plotting to kill crypto and cut it off from the banking system. They have a more positive outlook towards crypto than other regulatory chiefs. However, she said that it lacks maturity. There's still a lack of maturity around Bank Secrecy Act, anti-money laundering, compliance, and cybersecurity. We're eager for the day when those systems mature and scale as the business side does. Well, it's hard to scale. It's hard to mature when you use regulation through enforcement, when you do not provide clarity, when you reject applications, when you say one thing and you do another. So yeah, that makes it a little bit hard to comply. That makes it a little bit hard to operate within your lanes. I'm trying to drive on a road. I'm trying to stay within the lanes, but there aren't lanes painted on the road. And then I get pulled over saying, oh, you're crossing the line. I look behind me in the rear view. There are no lines.
They're drawing it right in front of you. They're
trying it. Yeah, they drew it. It's like smashing my taillight and said, oh, I pulled you over for a broken taillight. No, it was working. You pulled me over to the side of the road, and then you invented a rule. And so that's what we're seeing right now. Shout out to you, bad man, too. Shout out to you. Tech, who's controlling Bitcoin price? Bitcoin should not be that constant. Guys, that is just what happens. Sometimes Bollinger Bands constrict. Sometimes order books just converge. Maybe leverage trading is keeping it simple. Sometimes you got the bulls and the bears at 50-50. That'll just happen, that's just how exchanges will make it happen. Gareth took on 3 men in a bar with a pencil. Guys.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Do not mess with his dog.
Yeah, made me laugh. I can see Gareth being one of those guys. Like he's just in there chilling. He's like in a movie, and then all of a sudden, with one kind of pencil, just boom, boom, boom. Drops
no. He can definitely like casually slip out like, oh, no, I've done jujitsu for 24 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, what?
He's one of those kind of guys. Yeah, where it's just you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden, well, maybe you should expect it.
Me and Kat watched John Wick 3 2 nights ago for the first time. I'd never seen 3. Haven't seen 4. I think 3 is better than 2. It is getting to the point though where it's like I love Keanu, I love Speed. Never really a big Bill and Ted fan. Love The Matrix, the first one at least. I was going to say something about the Wachowskis there, but Matrix is great. Keanu is great. Obviously a great human being. But there are times when you're watching a movie and you're like, that 57-year-old guy is kind of moving like a 57-year-old guy. And that's fine. I'm going to be that age. Well, I'll hopefully be that age one day. But, you know, it's kind of like, I forget what that movie was where it had Robert De Niro and they like CGI'd his face to be younger. It was on that Netflix movie. I think you're like, he's literally moving like a 74-year-old man with a 24-year-old man's face. Something's just not right here. Like your lizard brain doesn't want to, you know, accept it. But other than that, I love John Wick. I love John Wick.
So Rand San Miguel says John Wick 4 is better than 2 and 3.
I might have to jump on it. Mario movie just came out. Are you going to go see it?
I would see it. I don't generally go to the movies. So it's like one of those, it may not slide into my rotation of just things I do, but it looks entertaining. I'd be entertained by it. You know, I like video games. It's
what are your thoughts on Chris Pratt's voice not being Italian? Hot take here. Hot take, folks.
Ooh. You know, for Mario, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's Hollywood, it's entertainment, it's contracts, it's budgets, it's business, but you know, it's bad for the movie, in my opinion. You want it to be Italian. Mario's Italian. It's part of the character, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel if he did an accent, it'd be cultural appropriation. The fact that he doesn't do an accent, there's going to be an issue there as well. And to me, Chris Pratt, probably a pretty great Mario. I did love Parks and Rec. I think he'll nail it. I can't think of a short Italian guy that's like really coming to mind here.
Yeah, there's way too many politics. I mean, Disney, you know, this is Marvel, which is Disney, or you know, all this is Disney, right? Isn't it part of Marvel? Yeah. So this is all Disney related stuff. So they're getting all into the political correctness.
Teasy watching the Barbie movie like 11 times, guys. 11 times. I still listen to that song on repeat. It's my number 1 song at the gym.
Barbie girl. Yeah.
It's how I do my squats. All right, Coinbase backed motion says tornado cash ban is unconstitutional.
Let's
folks.
go Coinbase. I love this.
Yeah, Coinbase and Brian Armstrong, they keep impressing me more and more. You know, is Goodwill bottomed out when they sold all their stock? But since then, it's been in the right direction. So I'm for it. 6 plaintiffs in the Coinbase backed legal challenge to the U.S. government sanctions against Tornado Cash filed a motion for summary judgment on Wednesday, arguing that the crypto mixer by design cannot be sanctioned as property. Why? Because it's code. Tornado Cash's defense, the plaintiffs are arguing the government can't sanction the mixer because it is not a foreign national, person, or group of people who've never met, but is instead software, folks. It is speech, it is code, it is ones and zeros. The U.S. government disagrees, calling Tornado Cash a threat to economic sovereignty and a tool used by the nation's enemies to fund activities that directly harm it. That doesn't change this sentence, though. I mean, just because it is a threat to sovereignty doesn't mean it is a national, a person, or a group of people.
All right, real quick, just to satisfy the chat. Okay, I realize Mario is Nintendo, correct? So they are not part of Marvel, but it's not its own thing. It looks like it's part of Universal.
Oh wow, how'd I let that slide?
Yeah, Universal is the one who has the rights to the Universal Pictures. That's what I was curious. So like Nintendo isn't producing it, so it isn't part of Disney. That was incorrect. My bad.
Okay, guys, we take it back.
Yeah,
wasn't part of
Disney. Don't
Disney.
attack me too hard.
I do love Star Wars. I've already shouted out Mandalorian. Okay, the mouse, he's right behind the camera. He's holding something menacingly. He's nodding slowly now, and he just did this and this. Okay, all right, we'll stop talking about Disney. We love Disney. Did he cryogenically freeze his head? We don't know. I don't know. But if you ever talk to someone that works at Disney, they indoctrinate these people and is cultish-like, and they definitely suggest to all employees there that there is a secret bunker, there is a secret location, and there is a place with this head. I don't know if I believe it, because it's very easy to, you're working at Disneyland, you're in the cult of personality of Disney. And so it's easy to suggest to them, they're all primed to believe it. Do I believe it though? I don't know. Is his head frozen? We don't know. Ted Williams, probably. All right, all right, let's get back to Tornado Cash here. All right, an example of one plaintiff who used Tornado Cash for political speech, whereby they donated to the Ukrainian government after Russia's invasion, was also highlighted in the motion. Without the privacy afforded by Tornado Cash, users such as Mr. Almeida, I guess, are hindered in expressing their views on the Russian invasion by sending money to the Ukrainian government. So yeah, it can hide from nefarious actors. It can hide, good things. It can hide bad things. But at the end of the day, it's freedom, and we should be fighting for freedom. It is part of the Constitution. It is part of the Bill of Rights. And that's end of story. Full stop. It should be protected because it is speech. It reminds me of the example of the guy that had the schematics for a 3D printed gun. And they said that is illegal. So you know what he did? He printed out the code and put it on a t-shirt. He said it is speech and it is free. Is that shirt illegal now? It's a good question. It makes you think. All right, let's talk about Terra here. Terra co-founders Binance funds may be frozen after prosecution request. Will the crypto exchange comply? Will Binance comply? I don't know if they want to rock the boat with any regulators, despite this nation. South Korean authorities have confirmed they've asked Binance to freeze crypto belonging to Daniel Shin. It's Terraform co-founder here. So this is South Korea. Will they freeze the crypto? Last year, crypto exchanges KuCoin and OKX complied with the request from prosecution to freeze coins thought to belong to Do Kwon. This is Shin's. This is the other co-founder of Terraform Labs. Prosecution officials have raided Shin's home and offices on multiple occasions. They're also thought to be attempting to secure an arrest warrant for Shin after failing with an effort late last year. So this man is. He can't really say he's on the run because it doesn't seem like there's outstanding charges at the moment, but I'm sure they're trying their hardest and their damnedest to create some charges. Will it happen? But I don't know. Will it be a Do Kwon? Is he going to be found in Montenegro? Is this going to be another crypto movie? Is this a season on a Netflix special in the future? Probably yes to all the above. We're going to continue to monitor that one. What do you think his life is like right now? Is he waking up on a beach relaxed, or is he waking up like, you know, the second scene of Born Identity, panicky?
I'd say it's probably somewhere in the probably a little bit of both, where he's probably in a decent place, waking up, living a pretty relaxed life, but always looking over his shoulder,
Always looking
feeling
over
like
the
it's,
shoulder.
Every time he does something, waiting for it to be the last thing that he does before he gets caught.
It's like John Wick. The life will keep calling you, man.
Exactly.
The streets will call you back. The blockchain will call you back. You'll hear it chirping in the
Especially
background.
if you did a lot of fraud on the blockchain.
Satoshi, Vitalik, Hoskinson. You'll hear all these whispers, and you'll have the bug. It's like a fiend. It's a moth going to the flame. He's not going to be able to help himself. Just like SBF and playing League of Legends. Remember that he was like he got sanctioned. Stop trying to contact these people. Stop trying to. Yeah. I think they were saying coerce. Was it testimony of witnesses? So yeah, maybe that type of situation will happen. All right, a lot of people have strong opinions on Disney.
Yes,
a lot of I know Disney is a lightning rod. It wasn't always like that. Back in my day, we all liked Lion King. Now it's a different story. It's a different story.
Well, there's a lot less. I mean, information flow is a lot easier now than it used to.
That is true. That is true. But back then they were like, they're painting things in the clouds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like they weren't hunky-dory back then. There's always weird things going on with that organization. All right, let's talk about, speaking of weird things going on with an organization, let's talk about Jane Street and their CIA. Oh, wait, no, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Tower Research, Jane Street, and Radix are Binance's VIP clients in the CFTC suit report. The firms were cited anonymously in the CFTC's complaint describing Binance's alleged facilitation of U.S. clients. Some of these are well-connected clients. This is a April 5th Bloomberg report citing people familiar with the matter. Radix Trading is a trading firm A, as described in the CFTC's suit, while Jane Street is trading firm B, and Tower Research is trading firm C. These firms are examples of U.S. clients allegedly able to access Binance. Of course, Binance is not supposed to be able to be used by Americans. That is, the suit of, that's what the root of all this is. However, CZ vehemently denied the claims of compliance and market manipulation violations in a follow-up post on the 30th. This is in response to the CFTC's claim that trading violations to have come about as Binance prioritized commercial success over compliance with U.S. law. We can't comply if you don't give us the guidelines. We can't comply if you don't tell us what to do. We can't comply if you give us nothing, okay? We answer the phone, and it's heavy breathing, and we're like, can you just tell me what paperwork to fill out? Stop being a creep and tell me what to do. Gensler. It's not real what they're purporting here. It's not real what they're reporting. This is all a bunch of falsehoods. They are lying to you in your face, saying, guys, they're breaking the law, they're skirting, they're playing fast and loose. The regulators are the ones being loose, and they're being slow. They're being slow and loose, and they're trying to kill crypto. Maybe not, you know, I believe there's people on both sides, but there's people in our government trying to kill crypto. Why do they want to do that? Control and bought by the banks. That's all you need to know. They want to control you, or they're paid and controlled by the banks. Why is crypto scared? Why are banks scared of crypto? It disrupts their entire monopoly of the financial system. We want to be our own bank. They don't want that, though. They want you to be under their thumb. Let's reject that. Let's put a little push pin up against that thumb. But we need to put a push pin on the like button. Where are we at on likes?
Likes, we are rocking right at 966.
966, guys. 34 from 1,000. 3.4 is also how much chain link I have. So, guys, if we can get a few likes, that would be great. I'm really trying to get my chain link bags help, and your likes help me get that fart in your. Okay, CZ to Interpol. Let's see. Okay, I'm dying over somebody clipped. I don't even know what I said. DZ, the low IQ button to smash. Where's it at? Where's it at? Good point. Slow IQ, folks. It's low IQ.
And real quick, just wanted to mention another fun fact we noticed on Basement yesterday. We were talking about the MicroStrategy buy, you know, MicroStrategy being the #1 public owner, or one of the top known addresses of Bitcoin holders, where it's known who
yeah, and they are a top publicly traded holder.
Exactly. And that's what came up of, like, people are thinking about, oh, Michael Saylor owns all this Bitcoin. Well, no, MicroStrategy owns all this Bitcoin, and a lot of people own MicroStrategy.
Yep.
And we just were pulling up some recent stuff. So Jane Street, as of February 14th, 2023, acquired almost 700,000 shares of MicroStrategy. So then if you look at the other holders of it, obviously, we've done this a little bit in the past. You know, Vanguard, BlackRock, Bank of America, Fidelity, Morgan Stanley, all are the ones who own MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
Those are 5 of the top 10 holders of MicroStrategy.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, just like an altcoin, you know, overperforms or underperforms relative to Bitcoin. Sometimes you'll see that when they have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. It'll, you know, if you mine Bitcoin moves 1%, you might move 2%, 3%, sometimes even more. By the end of the stream, we have a negative link balance. Well, guys, I have 2.9, and it is moving in this direction, guys, not this direction. Okay, my link bag grows. I don't know what you're talking about. He is a lizard. I think he's one of the good guys. I've seen him in person. I didn't get that vibe. I didn't see a skin flap of a mask, guys, when I saw him there. All right, let's see. I don't believe in that. Just to make that clear. All right, 1/3 of crypto TikToks are misleading. Study suggests. I would say it has to be much, much higher than 33%. That is.
I would definitely agree. At least 1/3 of them are misleading.
Yeah, at least 1/3 of TikToks involving crypto are full of crap, guys. At least 1/3. All right, Melvin Thomas, see a doctor. You need to see a doctor. What is going on with you? He's been flushing his toilet 10 to 15 times. Guy, hey, it's either a plumbing issue or an internal plumbing issue. But either way, I see an issue happening here. All right, but there's also an issue with TikTok. TikTok users have viewed videos using crypto hashtags over 1.6 billion times. But a new study found that more than 1/3 of those videos contain misleading information. That is a bunch of crap. I'm pretty sure the Bitcoin hashtag is much more than 1 billion. The hashtags on TikTok go into like bees, like pretty quickly. You know, it's consumed a lot. Leak doc allegedly. Okay, all right. Out of 594 accounts included in the study, only 10% included a disclaimer or warning about the risks of investing money in crypto. I would say every other single TikTok should have a warning of why you're risky to not be in crypto. It's risky not holding Bitcoin. Where's that disclaimer, huh?
Anybody holding dollars, you're taking on some kind of risk.
Yeah, you buy stock. Well, where's the disclaimer on that? Okay, all right. Let's see here. In March, the FTC ordered TikTok and 7 other social media sites to report their anti-fraud advertising practices. Cryptocurrency was listed as a relevant ad category next to other types of financial advice and health-related products. How about we stop the stranglehold of pharmaceutical companies on television ads? You know, that could be a start. Although, obviously, it's bad to have Michael Saylor saying, give me 1 Bitcoin, I'll give you 2. Obviously, that's a bad thing. No one's saying we should continue to have those. But you know it's also bad? Having a whole list of ailments thrown at your direction every time you have TV on. I forget, what is it, Peacock? You can't watch it ad-free, certain things. It is nothing but Pfizer. Guys, I kid you not. It is literally like 100% Pfizer ads. But Pfizer has so many ads. They're like 20 different Pfizer ads. But you know what they all have at the very end? Make sure you have suicidal thoughts, diarrhea. It's just like, this can't be good consuming this. There's only 2 countries that allow pharmaceutical ads. America's one of them. I think New Zealand's the other. Literally every other country, it's illegal. And so probably not a good thing to have that.
Yeah.
But you know it is a good thing? Cardano. Cardano's a good thing, in my opinion. Do you think Cardano's a good thing? Hit that like button if you think Cardano's a good thing. Did we get past 1,000? Are we past 11?
I think we're good on the likes.
We need more. I always need more. I need more. All right. I need more Cardano. Cardano may enter bull rally if it breaks through colossal sell wall, says crypto analyst. I was just speaking of the sell wall here. Set to enter bull run if it manages to break through the wall, made up of 3.85 billion tokens being sold. This is according to Ali Martinez. They have to break through the 40 and 42 cent levels, which currently have them, 3.85 billion ADA, currently worth $1.5 billion. We break through that sell wall, that's when we could see a real rally. According to users who submitted price estimates on average, respondents predicted that ADA would end the month trading at 37 cents, down around 7 cents from the current price of right under 40. The analyst has late last month revealed that the price of ADA could break out to 60 cents per token after forming a head and shoulders pattern on the daily chart. Who likes the head and shoulder patterns there? Yeah, 60 cents. Yeah, 40 cents. It is almost like a stable coin at those levels. You'll see the same thing when it hits $1. There's huge sell wall with Cardano. So once it breaks that through that, though, off to the races. Those sell walls can take days, sometimes hours, weeks, months. A lot of times you'll see just significant sell walls just take a long time. We saw it with Bitcoin when it broke below 20K for the first time after the bull market. I think CryptoFace, he was just streaming. You know what he streamed? He streamed the sell wall. He wasn't streaming a 1-minute candle. He was streaming the sell wall, just watching that sell wall shrink and shrink and shrink. And so hopefully we see the same thing. We want those paper hands to exit, and then boom, Cardano off to the races. I would say, $5 next bull run. I don't think that's a crazy prediction to say. Some people say 15. Some people say 10. I'm coming in at the $5 to $9 range. 5 conservative, 9 is like my moon number there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
no, I agree with that. That sounds like a pretty good prediction. I think mine's like 5 to 8, so I'm a little bit more conservative. 5
to 8. All right. Yeah, and my 9 comes in. It's just like under a 3x. It's like a 2-point-something percentage x. All right. Let's see here. Crypto users react to Satoshi Nakamoto's 48th birthday. I'm thrown off by Johnny saying Satoshi. Yeah. Satoshi Nakamoto's 48th birthday. Once again, the age increased by 1 year. It's weird. It does that every 365 days sometimes. Fourth year is a little weird. On their P2P Foundation profile, suggesting a birthday of April 5th, 1975. They had to put in a birthday to register within the P2P Foundation. Legendary creator turned 48 today, at least according to information provided to the Global Network P2P Foundation when they registered. Though the identity remains unknown, they took note of that the P2P Foundation profile, suggesting that the birthday is the 5th. They've also suggested this birthday that the date may come from a day in 1933 when Roosevelt started taking the country off the gold standard. So some are saying, it was a nod to that date. Among the names proposed are computer scientists. These are just some of the predictions of who Satoshi could be. Nick Szabo. A lot of people think it's Nick Szabo. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I do think it's Hal Finney. I think Vitalik also thinks the same, who regrettably passed in 2014, and cryptographer Adam Back, and the Japanese engineer Dorian Nakamoto. What are your thoughts on that?
It's definitely not Dorian Nakamoto. I lean pretty heavily in the camp. Agree with you. It's either, in my opinion, it's either Szabo or Hal Finney. In my opinion, it's got to.
And some say it was a group. I know.
Well, it was a group. And all of these. That's the thing. All of these people could be part. All of these people were part of that group at the very beginning. Back and Szabo and Finney. They were all there. That's why they could be. But who was the first one? To do this. That's the ultimate question, and it's by design. I think 3 or 4 of them got together initially to decide a way to release it where the identity would be obscured for all of time. So Craig Wright was definitely there right at the beginning as well. But in my opinion, has done everything to remove all questionable doubt that it is not him on his own. So
CIA spoke to 4 cypherpunks, if I'm not mistaken, And I thought Hal Finney was confirmed to be one of the 4. Again, I could be incorrect with that, but I believe that might be the case.
No, that
there.
sounds about right. Yeah, Hal Finney was definitely there. He was leader. I mean, he was part of the cypherpunk movement. He also would have talked with the CIA, so it doesn't surprise me.
And some are suggesting like it's very, very high likelihood when the CIA talked to those 4. I believe the number is for those 4 cypherpunks. Very high likelihood that the Satoshi was one of those 4. If not, you know, the group of them was Satoshi together. I tend to agree with that. I think it's a very, very high likelihood that CIA has a little bit more information on that. There's some dossier, you know, with a detailed report on it. I would love to read that thing. I would give my pinky nail tip to read that. All right, I think we have CT Minute.
We do have the CT Minute, and that is actually brought to you by our great new sponsor, Stake.
All right, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll it.
Just check out.
Minute. Ooh. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Shout out to the Eagles. We love the Eagles here.
The CT Minute's gonna be whatever you've got.
Oh, okay. We're going to like, yeah, we kind of looked at some of these originally. One, guys, all right, let me put you on a little bit of an NFT alpha. The Ordinals alpha, you know, guys, we saw Ordinals early. Johnny was talking about Ordinals. I feel bad. I didn't tell Johnny to not do it. I said, Johnny, you need to know how to run a Bitcoin node before you get into the ecosystem. That was my advice. I think it ended up he ended up jumping in a little bit late. He could have got in a little bit earlier. So now this is me trying to make amends for Johnny and some of the other people who maybe missed the Ordinal boat. Again, this is NFTs. This is Bitcoin NFTs. This is inherently risky. A new Bitcoin stamps marketplace is live. I don't have anything to do with this marketplace. I just saw this. I show a little bit of functionality in this video. Make sure you understand how dispensers work before spending any Bitcoin. I put a dispenser video in the next. All right, so Bitcoin stamps is kind of similar to Bitcoin Ordinals. It is a new, I guess, protocol might be the right word, and they just passed 10,000, I think, over the last maybe 12, 24 hours. Ordinals, on the other hand, are in the hundreds of thousands. So if you want to get in early, I don't know much about it, guys. This is very, very early. I haven't done my deep dive yet. But if you miss the Ordinals boat and you're like, dang it, I wish I could jump on the next one, there's potential this could have some upside opportunity. Again, do your own research. Don't just, you know, ape into that link that I put. That could be a bad link. So just do your own research. Time is of the essence when it comes to these NFTs on Bitcoin, because those first 10K Ordinals, I don't know the floor price, but guys, it isn't cheap. Johnny, did you see my stamps? Let's get on camera. Get on camera.
Yeah, he actually came. He was on the basement show yesterday. Everybody loved it. So
yeah, people love Johnny. Johnny's coming in on camera. He's our Arizona native. He does a lot of research for us. He's taught me how to sharpen things.
Yeah, our deep dive researcher. So
Johnny, do you have any thoughts on stamps?
Get right up into that mic. Get up into the mic.
Yeah, I was actually just reading about this the other day. It seems pretty cool because it's a whole different process than Ordinals.
Yeah.
Where you know how they store their data. So
are you going to participate?
Oh, of course. I'm always
Have you yet?
No, not yet. I
Today?
haven't participated. Not too sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look it up today and see what the process is behind being able to inscribe, or I don't know if it's an inscription. And like I said, I barely started reading about this. I've been working on the Ordinals one for a while as well, at least for a few weeks, and that was a learning process. I had never, you know, had a node before, but
Well, cool,
so
hey, where can they find your Twitter?
JChilds520.
All right, yeah, not 420, 520, folks. All right, so maybe do a tweet about it if you do. Share it to your audience. Maybe you get a nice little spike from that. All right, and here, you know, we were talking about the PDF of Bitcoin. Guys, this was found in 2020. However, they're just now, you know, kind of is coming into effect, or a lot of people are seeing it. Make sure you watch around the blockchain. We got putting out really, really great content. Their short form content is exploding. TJ, great thoughts on Doge. If you go into the comments, people really dig TJ's stuff there, and Desert Crypto. Just all right. I guess this is that's just a tweet. That's just something I liked. I don't know. Maybe look at it. Maybe not. Who knows? But I will say this: you're going to want to check out the basement. The basement is the place to find all the alpha. And I just retweeted this again. I've spoken about this account before. Really great stuff. If you want to catch up with Twitter news, go to this account. You know, if you click on it, you'll see the more recent one. I just wanted to share that. And just a general question. Is the Doge pump good for all meme coins? I don't know. What do you think? Is the Doge pump good for all meme coins? Is Doge the Bitcoin of meme coins? Does it trickle down?
In my opinion, yeah, I think it does. It does. It continues. It starts the meme coin conversation. I mean, look, we're talking about it here today. We mentioned a meme coin on the show. We're talking about even building like a meme coin only portfolio, just kind of for fun.
Dude, retail would love that. Retail would definitely love that.
So I do think it does help all other categories. I think the way you described it, Bitcoin, Dogecoin is the Bitcoin to the other meme coins. I definitely agree with that.
And just for fun and a little brevity, here's an expensive accident. I don't know if we have audio. Audio not necessary. Don't worry, this will happen. Oh, no. It takes too long, but essentially this person, oh God, it's a famous video where they say, you backed into the front of my car. And he's like, no, you ran into me. And then at the end, it shows, yeah, they actually go into the store, and I thought it was a lot shorter than 112. Okay,
you're good.
All right, and then we go to this. Here all right, you see, he has like a very, very nice white car. Wait, go back. Yeah, boom. Here we go. All right, they zoom in. No, clearly that car did not. All right, just a classic. I like the old classic internet memes. You know, glass jar gift. You know, there's some classic internet videos. Remember the one of the two girls at the gas station and they're like dancing? I saw them that like retweeted. It was like, this video is 8 years old. We were like, we really thought that was cool back then. The bar was so low for entertainment. Maybe pre-TikTok, maybe pre-Vine. I don't know what you might want to say there, but
no, I was just gonna say, speaking of, you know, looking back in history, because it is interesting. Anytime you look back in history, you know, what used to be entertaining and fascinating is now you're like, I can't believe we were so all captivated by, or like whatever, that blue tan dress thing circulating again that went so viral. I have no idea why.
A green needle or brainstorm.
Yeah, and it's like, why was the whole country obsessed with this for like 2 weeks or a month?
And then sometimes it's activities, planking. Yeah. What the heck was planking? You know, The Office, you go, they also made fun of parkour. You know, planking. Ice bucket challenge, I get that. That had a root cause. That was, you know, you maybe had a family member. Plus, it's a little bit funny to watch, you know, your uncle splash himself with ice cold water. But planking, what the heck were we thinking with planking? Did you plank? Did you ever plank? I'm pretty sure I planked probably.
No, I mean, I've never, not like during that point in time. We do it in the gym every once in a while to like, you know.
Another one, this is post-Vine right before TikTok, at least TikTok blew up, the Black Beatles challenge where everyone freezes. And then they like, you know, they play the song and they move the camera. How corny, how lame, how
Harlem
stupid.
Shake or whatever it was. Yeah, that too.
God, what's wrong with us? I say, if you don't look back at stuff you're doing 2 years ago, 5 years ago, if you don't look back and cringe a little bit, you're not evolving as a person.
You're not growing. Yeah.
You're not growing.
Good point.
And so it's good to look back and feel the cringe. I wore green spandex and was a Twitch streamer. So you want to talk about looking back and feeling the cringe? Yeah, I felt the cringe. I've lip synced rap video. I've done stupid stuff.
All right, well, do we have anything for like this day in crypto?
This day in crypto, it is the Satoshi thing. It was the Satoshi thing. I think it was when I jumped into it. Yeah, I rolled this into headlines, but guys, this day, it is Satoshi Nakamoto's supposed birthday. So huge historical moment. But I kind of agree that I think it was more of a nod to the 1933. So I would say this is a more important thing. This day in history, 1933, 90 years to the day, the U.S. government banned individual gold storage to prop up the U.S. dollar. They broke into your home and they stole your gold from underneath your mattress. It's important to note, it wasn't all roses and sunshine when you look back at our country's history. So it's important. Will we see something similar with Bitcoin? We want to make sure we don't. So it's important to just remember the past, and if you don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat it, or at least the mistakes from it.
Well, and that's something, that's a great point. And if you look back, U.S. government banned gold, one of the best hard wealth storing assets that existed. So just because the U.S. government bans something doesn't necessarily mean it's bad for you. Just keep that in mind. Like if they come out and ban Bitcoin, in my mind, that's pretty bullish for Bitcoin.
Yeah, oftentimes if you see both, and I've spoken about this at length, when you see both sides of the political spectrum agree on something, it's always against you. It's never for you. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't that way, but that is just exactly how it is every single time. What do we got now? We have the
price prediction.
Uh-oh.
You're going to need your
Yeah.
seconds.
Oh, you just want to scream it. Scream from the back. All right. Do we have I heard some like weird, crazy conspiracy theorist guy. Maybe Charlie from Always Sunny. I don't know. Who do we have on the horn, man? I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I'm all thumbs here.
All right, just give me a second. I gotta fix. This is right.
All right. I think I got it. Iced. That's another.
All right, here we go. AJ.
That was another bad one.
This is the price prediction department. My name is AJ. How can I help you?
Can you hear him?
Can you hear him?
I can hear him. Yes.
Yeah, I hear. Probably didn't do the VMix.
No, you're good. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Are you there, DZ? Can you hear me? I can't hear you quite yet.
You can't hear him. All right, give me 1 second.
Well, you can't hear me. I mean, I can hear you. You
want
can't
to
hear me.
translate?
No, hold on.
Just speak to the audience.
Okay, I'll just give my spiel,
right.
and if you're
well,
not
guys,
here
I'm
for
keep
it,
moving as we figuring this out. We have AJ. I don't know if AJ. Hold on 1 second. Give me a nod if you can hear me. All right, AJ can hear me. AJ, he just got done. Some say he's a double agent. You know, we do call him 00 AJ. He was just at a gala. I think. Hey, can I hear you now?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. How
There we
was that?
go.
You know, were you able to pull off the attempt at, you know, when the clock struck midnight, right when the orchestra did the big horn section?
We're not going to talk about that. That's
Okay,
confidential.
Okay.
Very confidential. We can't talk about that.
Oh man,
I'm surprised you said that on the live stream.
Am I going to
We
get a
signed
message that
NDAs,
self-destructs? Am I going to self-destruct? All right. Well, how about this price prediction?
Yeah, sure. So Bitcoin price prediction is probably, you know, the most sought after price prediction because Bitcoin is like the grandfather of crypto and he kind of dictates what's going on for all the altcoins.
Wait, did you just give Bitcoin a gender? I don't agree with that.
Bitcoin is grandpa.
That's not what I stand for.
Take whatever you want to do with that. That's on you. So basically, you know, last night we were talking Bitcoin price predictions on the Twitter space with Ben, and I actually did not give my price prediction because I didn't have my red rotary phone in front of me. I didn't have my pile of notes. It just didn't feel right, but I'm going to give it right now. So basically, I did a lot of research on this and I searched, you know, probably 20 websites and kind of found the average of all of the other price predictions for Bitcoin. And a lot of them, to no surprise, are pointing to 100K. But they're on the same hand, there are a lot of price predictions that were kind of between 50,000 to 70,000, which kind of brought the average down to like 80 to 90,000 across like 20 websites. Once again, I feel that that is far too conservative. I personally see Bitcoin, you know, 120 to 140,000. 130,000 Bitcoin would be a $2.5 trillion market cap, which would be about double from the all-time high last time. I don't know, a 90K Bitcoin at the top of the bull run, like November, September 25, which is projected to be 90K would just be very disappointing. 90K would be very anticlimactic. I just don't see that in the cards. I kind of feel like 100K, we're going to get to 100K. We're going to retest 100K. I'm looking towards 120, 130 is like my actual guess. I want to give myself a range, 120 to 140 for the top of the bull run in 2025.
All right. I'm much more bearish. I'm saying we can't pass 100. I'm going to say we're going to come in the 90s. You know, does that seem... Now, do you expect a huge sell event? Do you expect like maybe a double top, you know, where we flirt with 100, reject, then go back up? I mean, any predictions on the activity as we first approach 100?
No, I'm not counting your prediction out. 90K, you know, I'm thinking 90K a lot of people are pointing to 90K. It would, like I said, it would be disappointing and we will probably fight between 90 and 100 for quite some time. But I'm at the same time, I'm kind of thinking that we're going to go above and beyond expectations like in the past. I'm not, you know, not counting your prediction out. 90K would be a disappointing run. If 90K is 100% in the cards, I kind of feel the previous all-time high is going to get beaten pretty bad. It's just to the degree of how far. In my mind, you know, 120, 130 makes more sense. But if it ended up at 90K and went back down from there, I wouldn't be surprised. But I am personally just a little bit more optimistic, and I feel like 130 is about where I see it landing.
Okay. Now, I see some pictures in the background, maybe some new ones. I see the big guy. I don't know if his son is there also. Is there any Easter eggs that we could look at and then, maybe see a message within the message for the numerologists and such?
There's definitely a little story going on behind me for anyone who has the chance to look closely at it. I spent a lot of time, hours, weeks of research. I haven't slept in 8 days now. Actually, I have a baby picture of my best friend Jarrett right here, and he's probably involved with all this somehow. I don't know. He's probably guilty. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure he's guilty.
Well, you lost me at baby picture, but you know what? I'm going to assume you're not, well, you do wear Balenciaga. AJ, I don't even know what to believe anymore. I'm going to have to keep my eye on you, but that makes me think you have better information. That means you're with the elite. So, guys, AJ, we got to look out for that guy. You got to look out for that guy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, AJ, always a great time. Thank you for the prediction. Say it one more time, 120 to 140. If you had to say a specific number, what would it be?
I would say 130.
130 exactly.
130 exactly. That would be a $2.5 trillion market cap.
$2.5 trillion. Now, have you factored in the additional Bitcoin being produced? So it might even be like 2.6.
It's rough estimate. Rough estimate.
Rough estimate. All right. Back of the napkin math. AJ, we love hearing it. We love seeing it. And now I'm going to look for the clues. I'm going to see what crypto Twitter can come up with. Now you're going to have to be careful what you put back there, buddy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Have a good day, DZ.
All right. Get some sleep, brother. Get some sleep.
I'll try. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't know.
He's wired. He is wired in, folks. He's wired in. I don't think he's going to go to sleep either. I think it's about to be 9 days, then 10 days. Next time you see him, he still won't be asleep.
Yeah, and let us know in the chat. I want to hear from all of you guys what your Bitcoin price prediction is. Now, this is for the end. This is for the top of the cycle, end of the bull market. Like you heard him say, late 25. Q4 probably-ish 2025. I'm actually leaning a little bit more bullish. Did you say what your number was?
Mine's 420.69 reverse, so 96024.
Okay, okay, so you're just at just under 100K. So
I'm just doing it for the memes.
Yeah,
I think we'll see that meme start to grow because remember all the 69 420 memes as we were approaching. You didn't see people tweet about that, talk about that when Bitcoin's 41,000. But the second we started flirting in the 60s, everyone just started saying 69, 69. Guess what? It ended up being a self-fulfilling prophecy of a sell wall. So I'm going to predict another DZ prediction. I actually just kind of came up with this on the fly just now out of my dome here. 96024. That is 420.69 backwards. Maybe a number to keep an eye on. I don't know. 96,000 also is kind of within my range as well.
I'm leaning a little bit more bullish. It's kind of a controversial pick at this point. I don't discount anything AJ just said. I think it's really good research, and according to a lot of stuff that's out there, diminishing returns, it's coming. That should be right where it is. But I think we're going to see the end of diminishing returns this cycle. This is just purely based on my gut. So my prediction is actually 200K plus for where Bitcoin will be.
I remember we've talked about this on the basement, guys. You got to watch the basement. We break down our theories and we defend them, and sometimes it gets a little heated. With the disagreement of opinions there. It's gone to blows before, it's gone to blows. AJ choked me out with a suspender strap one time. It was, some say, he strapped it on and, it was over for me, choked my throat. And so that was a bad time. I didn't enjoy that at all. All right. Let's talk about smash or pass. That's a great segue, right?
Speaking of strap-ons.
Great segue. What am I doing, man? What am I doing? Why am I?
You set yourself up for that one pretty bad, but all right.
It's like the feet thing. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Why did I even bring that up again? I'm just a glutton for punishment, I guess.
Do we have a coin up there for Smash?
Yeah, we have two. It's Dash and Loop Ring. Dash and Loop Ring are the two, smash or pass here that we're going to be kind of covering. And I'm pulling up the 90-day chart here. Right here, you see, it's a slight pullback from the February levels, and then we pulled down when things started dumping a little bit. Now just kind of consolidating in a range, similar to how Bitcoin's consolidating in a range. But on the 90-day, looks like, hey, in the short term, you see a little bit of an upside here. That's probably close to a 40% pump to the upside on the 90-day. All right, and if we look at Loop Ring, you're seeing a little bit less of a pump there, but still, a decent, okay pump there. We're coming in 35-ish up to close to 50. So actually not far from a 40% pump as well on the 90-day. So you're also looking pretty good there. All right, let's do another breakdown. Now we're going to loop at the tokenomics. Loop Ring, it's essentially all out, folks. 1374, and right now we have 1373 out. So a lot out. We don't have, and the circulating supply, pretty close with the 1245. So very, very close to max supply there. We Look at Dash for the same metric, it's a little bit less. Now we're seeing 11 million compared to close to 19 million total. So much more yet to be, hitting the market, which could then potentially be sold. So Dash, just by that metric, might potentially have more selling pressure. But this is the chart, and this is the metric in which I'm going to base my opinion on which one I would smash and which one I would pass. And it is the all-time chart. So we're going to click max on this. This is not what I'm considering a bullish indicator. So we had now I haven't done the deep dive to see if the circulating supply of coins is the main reason for this. This market cap could have been higher than this market cap. That's a whole, another section though. So we see here, it went all the way up to 1,500 when there was essentially with Bitcoin's pump. So Bitcoin pumped, it hit 1,500. Well, then Bitcoin pumped again in 21, and it only went to close to 500. And so we actually saw a lower high with the next bull run. Well, we go to Loopring, it doesn't have, the same issues that we're looking at. And so part of it is, it was much newer and probably many, a much smaller supply of coins circulating. But just the fact that the trend is your friend and the trend is going upward. So the 2017, 2018 bull run to the 21 bull run, we had a movement up. And so if I had to just, ape into one, I would probably choose Loopring. Honestly, they're probably both closer to passes, but I would pass on Dash and then smash Loopring. And it's mostly just because people are going to look, as retail comes in with that next level, they're going to say 2017, 21, 25, and they're going to just draw a straight line, and then that's going to be their target. Well, one's doing this, one's doing this. And so my macro thesis is, I like Loopring more. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, I think that's a good analysis. I mean, it kills me. Dash, if you guys don't know, one of the earlier payment, cross-border settlement payment type projects, did a really good job, really great project when it first came out as far as fair launch goes and all that sort of stuff. So it kills me to say pass, but I'm going to also pass on Dash. Mostly because I don't like dealing with payments coins in general. There's too many politics involved. That's why part of why I stay away from XRP just personally. But in Dash, great project, functions very well, but for the same reason you said, didn't hit new all-time high in the last cycle, likely not to hit a new all-time high in this cycle. Now, one caveat I will give it, some of these older coins like Litecoin we talked about earlier, Dash, or maybe we didn't talk about Litecoin earlier, but Dash, it has a very good case to not be considered a security.
Commodity.
Some of these older coins could be considered commodities, but Loopring definitely is in the narrative right now when it comes to ZKs. I definitely think that's going to be a big narrative for this part of the cycle. Loopring, one of the first ZK roll-up type projects out there on the market. So I think, we got to remember we're speculating. We're not trying to buy what we think is going to be the best forever. We're speculating on what we think will do the best over the time frame that we hold it. And I think Loopring over these next 2 years has a better likelihood than Dash.
Say for me, Ralphie.
Pass on Dash, smash Loopring.
Ralphie, is that what you think of me? Prediction for Ape 20, hitting the 20s again is going to take a lot of events. So we need to worry about turning $10 in support before we start talking about previous all-time highs. I think around $25. All right, XRP holders though, where are you at? Let's talk about some XRP, baby, and XRP success. XRP hodlers celebrate, uphold steadfast backing despite the SEC allegations here. Defying the SEC's claims that XRP is security, Uphold, this is a global multi-asset digital trading platform, has remained steadfast in its support for XRP and the Ripple case here. Uphold will never delist XRP. We've always been there for the XRP community. And then they throw a little green heart there. 7,000 likes, probably pretty good. 602 replies there. John Deaton, the prominent attorney closely monitoring this case against Ripple, praised Uphold's decision not to suspend trading, saying it is a very smart business decision. Deaton is the founder of Crypto Law. I would agree, very smart business decision. In conclusion, Deaton urged the industry not to allow SEC and Bitcoin proponents to take an unconstitutional shortcut by labeling tokens themselves as securities. Regulation through Monday morning quarterback armchair enforcement there. Not a good strategy when you're trying to be technological hub of the world, when you're trying to be an innovator in the space, and when you're trying to continue to have the dollar's dominance. Well, paradoxically, maybe it's allowing Bitcoin to flourish within the state side might be the way to make that happen. One more XRP story here. XRP Healthcare announces a new partnership and medical product. This company building a decentralized healthcare marketplace on the ledger. They've announced a partnership with Signals, as an experimental drug company. You click on that, check it out on Twitter. You can learn a little bit more. As part of the partnership, their products will be available for purchase on the XRP Healthcare Marketplace. And with XRPH, the marketplace's native token, they've also introduced a new drug, Cool, Calm, Collected, plus crypto, and XRP segment, of course, powered by Stake. Check out the pinned post on crypto Twitter for free money, free rewards there. So sign in, they give you a nice little bonus.
Yeah, that's it's pinned on BitBoy Crypto's Twitter.
Yeah, and the disclaimer highlights that the product lacks FDA approval, despite statements that it stands by its products. Disclaimer further reads, it's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. Yeah, think a bit more about, you hear Joe Rogan sell you a brain pill, think of that more like this, versus the thing where Pfizer has, 17 pages of side effects. Which is worse? I don't know. Consult your local physician, shaman, or girl that's into crystals, and they'll let you know. Is that it? Do we have?
Did you have any? Somebody was asking some Q&A. Do you have any thoughts on HBAR?
Mason loves it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has a strong community. But if I had, all right, so the bullish thing, strong community, very, very strong community. The bearish thing, sometimes communities have a issue surviving for two bull markets. Will HBAR? I don't know. They have a shot though. They're closely aligned with Cardano, which is also a strong community. So I lean towards smashing HBAR.
Let's see.
I think VeChain has enough fans where we can maybe do a VeChain. Again, this isn't, me. I haven't really done a deep dive on the tokenomics. I don't know what's going on here with the remaining 13 million being released here. But if we go to VeChain, people want the next bull run VeChain price prediction. Last time it hit a quarter. That's another community I worry about shrinking. Maybe not shrinking in size, but shrinking in relative to the crypto pie of communities. I don't know if the VeChain army or VeChain warriors, whatever they call themselves, I don't know if the vet army can be as strong in 2025. So that might be one of those ones where the second bull run doesn't hit the same level. But maybe 30, 35 cents. I have a hard time believing this is going to do a 2 to 5x from previous all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets rejected at that previous level of support, which is right below 20 cents, like 17, 18 cents. So wouldn't be surprised if it gets rejected there. But it is a strong community. It is just odd to me that you have this logistics chain have like alligator profile pics where they have like a cigar. Like I don't. It's just odd to me. But that's just the power of community. It's decentralized. What the community wants is what the community will deliver. All right, one more question. Blockchain gaming just looks terrible. Can you convince me that it's worth trying to play? No, I can't. It's not. If you're really into Magic the Gathering, though, you should play Gods Unchained.
I could convince you. Look, if you want to be ahead of the curve, you want to make actual gains and changes in your life, you need to be there before everybody else is. Kind of like what he was just saying with the meme coin projects. Not just saying, but at the top of the show, you need to be involved before it's popular in order to actually get financial gains from it. So if you are looking to change your life and be ahead of the curve, getting involved now, understanding the problems with it now. If you can articulate the problems clearly to other people, it becomes a valuable skill in time as blockchain gaming continues to develop into its own industry. So
yeah,
there's a lot of opportunity, but for fun gameplay, it's going to probably now there are a lot of more games coming out today than there was a year ago, but the fun gameplay is still a little ways out.
Here's the main, I would say, concern I have for people who want to dive into the gaming ecosystem. Get out of the game early. There has yet to be a game where its token just is a slow and steady move up to the right. You'll see a spike and then a crash as 1,000 players, being added every single day. And it's like, okay, it's like the player base grows 2% every single day. Then you could sustain upward mobility with the price movement. But then when you kind of you plateau your user base, that's when you're going to see just continuous dumping pressure, because typically you play the game, you earn a token, and then after you're done buying your skins and your whatever, and your that, and your this, and your cosmetics, then you just start dumping the token. And then that's what you end up seeing. And a lot of times people will just keep continuing to believe in the game a little bit longer than they should, and they should get out, and you should get out early. I have an issue of getting a little too bullish about a game. And so now I'm trying to learn from my previous mistakes. And, you know, now my strategy is look at those exits pretty early. And when you feel the max, like, oh my God, I'm changing my life. This is paying my, you know, my rent, my mortgage, my meals. That's probably when it's time to get out. That's probably when it's time to sell. DZ Chainlink, guys, I still have my 1.4. I'm holding on to it forever, guys. I'm going to grow it up to 1.5 tomorrow. It's DCA day. Anything else?
No.
All right. Imagine investing in Nintendo when they first came out with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good move. Imagine investing in Nintendo when it was a card poker company in 1898. That would have been the move. All right. I think that's all we got. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you hit that like button. Check out the basement. Check out blockchain, around the blockchain. Check out all the stuff we got going on. Check out the links in the description if you want to get some free money too. That's all we got. DZ out.